All right. Hello, 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 everyone. It is a Wednesday, and Wednesdays around here mean fun full time. So hopefully, you're looking for a fun fold. Let me see what I'm trying to say here. Um, and I've got a couple samples to show you, and then we're going to create the card. If you are new around here, my name is Jennifer. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Southwest Arizona, and I love to have paper crafty fun. JLA Crafts is where you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, all the places. So let's get started. If you are part of my email, then you on Wednesdays you get a email from me with the measurements of the card that we're creating. It's kind of a little recipe card, gives you all the different measurements, and then you also get a link to this video. But if you just happen to stumble upon this video on YouTube, then thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think. I'd appreciate it. Okay, we are going to be using the Textured Notes stamp set from Stampin' Up. We're also going to be using a circle punch. Well, it creates a hole, but it's a pretty big hole. This is 1 3/4 circle punch. And then I've got some inks. What do I have? I have Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, and Misty Moonlight. So the card we're going to be creating was inspired by this card. So this fun fold here, right? I like this, okay? And there's the card base and all the designer series paper or whatever you want to put on it. But this is the card that we're actually going to be creating today. So I have a little pop up here so that your card can stand, and it could just be a nice little friendly reminder of somebody thinking of you, or you're thinking of somebody, or a big giant thank you or something. So let's get started. We are going to need our trimmer today because we've got a little fun cut going on. But we're going to start with our Pecan Pie card base. That is your traditional 5.5. Oops, not that way. By 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4, which this guy is not scored at. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then you just decide which side you want the front to be. And we will cut to the fold at the 1 inch mark. So let's go like so, and just to the score line. And then we're going to come over on this side and come down to the score line. Okay, so these little flaps are going to get glued onto the back of the card base. I think we're done with that. So let's fold this. We get our crease, right? We want a good fold. So of course we're going to use the bone folder. Now, do I have adhesive over here? I do not. So let's go ahead and use our seal, which is a strip. It's going to get pushed down. And then this little guy, this little flap over here is going to get pushed down like so. Now, this top part, right, so this is the inside of your card. This is where we're going to put our basic white. That is cut. It is cut, what's the inside? 3 1/4 by 4. All right, so there's that. Now, this guy right here we are going to fold in half. And you could score it. It's at 2 1/8, I believe. But I'm just going to fold it in half. So I definitely, there we go. Okay. Now we have designer series paper. The designer series paper we're using is going to be this got these right here. I love the wicker. It's a great neutral color. Well, neutral meaning browns, but it's just a great background. Or a front sweater. You could even stamp on this guy right there. Actually, I think I started off with that and then I switched my mind and changed my mind. So, okay. We have 2 pieces of designer series paper, these guys, and then we have the 2 strips. So the strips are 3 1/4 by 4, and these guys are 2 by 3 1/4. So we're going to go like so. And this guy, we're going to put on this little piece of the card like so. And then we're going to do the same thing over here like so. Put these guys on. And we do have stamping today. I've got, gosh, 6 stamps on blocks over here. So we've got some. Did I show you the card, the finished card we're going to make? I know I showed you the one that was inspired. I think I did. There we go. Yes, I did. So this is the card we're going to be making. You know, I'm loving this, like, just kind of whimsical stamp all over the place. With a plan, kind of. You guys ever stamp without a plan? Okay, so see, that guy's going to fold up like that. So it goes in the mail, just a regular envelope, right? Because it does like that. Well, you've got it dimensional, but, you know, it folds just like a regular card. So I've got a piece of basic black, and that's going to go there. The basic black is 2 3/4 by 4. And then I have white that is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. But we're going to stamp, and we're also going to stamp and use the punch. So let's get our not Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow. This guy's Mossy Meadow green. We're going to ink this guy up, and we're going to punch that out. Okay. Let's punch this guy out like that. And then we're going to take some leaves from the stamp set, and we're going to put these on the side like so. And we're going to take another leaf. It's a different leaf, and we're going to use Misty Moonlight. I really do like leaves that are all kind of different colors. We had a kit. It was a paper pumpkin, and it had, I think it was Misty Moonlight leaves in it. It was a fall kit. It was really pretty. So that was kind of my inspiration for this. Okay, and then we have this, like, we're going to use pecan pie, but we have this stamp that is the wicker or the rattan. I don't know. But it's kind of, it's definitely abstract, right? Like there's kind of a missing line. So we're going to do a little bit of this down here. Like so. And then I'm going to do a piece on this scrap because I'm going to cut it out. And that's going to be the little ledge that props up the front of the card. All right, what else do I need? I need I need thank you because we are going to put this guy on the top of our circle. Let's see. And then on the inside, lots of stamping, right? Let's not get confused where everything goes. And by confused, I mean not you guys, but me. Hopefully I don't get confused. Okay. We're going to do a little note of appreciation on the bottom here because when the cards popped up, I want to see that. And then we're going to bring back the Misty Moonlight and that leaf and do it up here in the corner. And we're going to make sure we're using the right ink with the right stamps because I haven't cleaned any of them off yet. So we're going to go like this. There we go. All right. So this, let's go ahead and put this on the inside so we don't lose it. Please tell me I'm not the only one that has stuff on the table and then I go to do something with it. I'm like, where'd it go? All right. Now we are going to fussy cut. So it's not that hard, these images, right? We're just kind of fussy cutting this guy loosely around. And then we are going to use dimensionals to pop it up. And I'm going to use the side that is most straight. That's just personal, I think. I think I cut it straighter. I think we're going to go like this. Okay. So let's get some mini dimensionals and put it on the inside. Like so. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to take the thank you and we're going to fussy cut that out. Like so. Oops. There we go. Now I am going to put this guy in the middle of our circle right there that we've stamped. Okay. And then I'm going to put this, layer this guy on. And then I have some baker's twine. It's probably, well, I know it's from a kit, probably from a paper pumpkin. And it's probably the color of Evening Evergreen. Or it could be Mossy Meadow, but it's a little dark. So I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. And then I'm going to tie a knot. And I'm doing it, the knot's going to be on the left side of the front. And then I'm going to put that circle kind of over the baker's twine. Okay. If my fingers will work today. There we go. Now, I really would like to put a glue dot underneath that knot. But do I have a glue dot in front of me? I do not, because I forgot to roll over my little cart that has my glue dots on. So I'm actually going to go get it because I also want tear and tape. So why do I want tear and tape? Because it's super strong. And I'm going to take a glue dot and put it under the knot, like so. And that's just going to hold all that right there in place. And you're just going to squish it so that it's under the knot. Now we're going to take this guy and pop it up. So I want, oops, want a dimensional on the top and on the bottom so that the baker's twine goes in between there. Oops, I did that wrong. Let's see if we can do that real quick. The dimensionals, if you hurry, you can kind of move them around. If they're on there too long, forget it. You won't be able to move them around. But okay, we're gonna do like this, and then this, it's gonna go on the front of the card, like so. And I only want adhesive on this part, right? So on the back side, I'm just gonna do 3 little strips. And I'm also covering up that baker's twine to hold it even more securely. Okay. And then we're gonna take these guys off. And if your nails aren't working or you bite your nails or whatever, you can always use your picker tool. You could use your scissors tips too, but just be careful. Okay. So we're gonna center this guy. There we go. Like so. Put that in the trash. All right. So there is our card. Isn't that pretty? I think it's so pretty. So I don't know what this would be. This fun fold is called. I have a hard time with all the different fun fold names. But if you know what the name is, put it in the comments. That would help me a lot. So if you, like I said, if you're part of the email list, you will get the recipe card and a link to this video. And if you are not part of the email list, then sign up for it. And then on Wednesdays, you get a fun fold tutorial. So isn't that cool? All right, guys. Well, hopefully you're having a great day. Hopefully you're able to have a little paper crafting fun, because every day is a great day for paper crafting fun. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you.